Good morning. It's Monday, June 1st, and this is our Monday morning meditation brought to you by Program Coordinator Mary Potter Kenyon from Shalom Spirituality Center. I recently enjoyed an in-person, socially distant meeting with my children in my son's backyard. And we stayed 6 feet apart and we laughed and we enjoyed talking. And it was wonderful to see them and my 3 grandchildren after 2 months of not enjoying in-person visits. And as I said goodbye to them, I turned back and I looked at them, and it was all I could do to not run and hug each and every one of them. That's what we need right now, isn't it? That's what we all need, is we need a good hug, and we need to be able to have some human contact and human touch. And 4 of my 8 children are not big huggers, but they tolerate mom's hugs. The other 4 are big huggers, and I think we all needed something. We needed to be able to see each other, yes, but we also yearn to be able to reach out and touch another human being. And so people need human contact. And what do we need more now than ever? It's human contact, and we need hugs. And after all, a year ago, I left a church I'd been attending for several months because when it came time for the sign of peace, no one turned around and looked at me. No one held out their hand. And it happened week after week and mass after mass until I went home one day and looked in the mirror and asked myself out loud, am I invisible? Are people who are alone, are they even seen? And I stopped attending that church. We need to be seen. People need to be seen. We need to be heard. Have you heard of the Free Hug campaign? A social movement where individuals will stand in a public place with a sign and offer hugs as a random act of kindness. And the man who started it was somebody who felt alone in a city, and he found the busiest street he could find and just stood there with a sign. And it took a while, but somebody, and then more somebodies, gave him hugs. When I heard about that, when I heard about this Free Hug campaign, I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be the person who would stand on a busy street with a sign and get some hugs and give some hugs, because that's the kind of person I am. So last week, I looked at a lawnmower because mine had broken, and I looked at a lawnmower that was not what I exactly wanted, and the seller and I both agreed that probably what I need right now is a self-propelled mower. And I went to shake his hand, and we both lifted our hands at the same time after I decided I wasn't going to get it, and I thanked him for his time. And as we reached out to shake hands, we both realized what we were doing at the same time, and we dropped our hands and we both laughed a little awkwardly and laughed again, because it was kind of an awkward moment of some time when you would be shaking hands and you're no longer able to shake hands. And on the way home after that appointment to look at the lawnmower and thinking about not being able to shake this stranger's hand, because that's what I would normally have done, I almost felt like crying, because I thought, I want to be able to shake people's hand. I want to be able to hug people. I want to be able to have a human connection. And I was really sad. And I thought, what is the word for that? For the lack of, yes, we're having social distancing, but there has to be a word for what we're lacking right now. And a lot of us who live, I live with my 16-year-old daughter, but there's people who live alone. And my 16-year-old daughter is one of those children who doesn't want to hug. So I don't have the contact, that human contact that I need every day. So yes, I fell down the rabbit hole of the internet when I got home, looking for what that word is that I was lacking, and I found the word skin hunger. And that isn't quite what I felt like I was lacking. And so I kind of fell into the rabbit hole of the introductory psychology course I'd taken in college, and Harlow's study of the rhesus monkeys that were separated from their mothers. And they came to prefer a cloth inanimate surrogate to the wire surrogate that would, even if the wire surrogate was holding a bottle. And that had made me sad in college, thinking of the rhesus monkeys separated from their mothers. And it made me sad again because they need contact comfort. And that's the word I was looking for. That's what's missing in these days, is this contact comfort. We can talk to people on Zoom meetings, and we can see them virtually or even 6 feet apart, but there's no contact. There's no contact comfort. Monkeys need it, and humans need it. And we need touch. We need to be able to shake that hand or touch somebody on the arm, or the hugs. It's all part of being human. God didn't make us and design us to get through life all alone. We aren't meant to do all of this alone. In the Bible, Ecclesiastes 4:10, if either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. And how do we help somebody? How do we help them up? We reach out our hands and help them stand up, don't we? So maybe we can't do that right now, but we can reach out in other ways. We can send a card, we can write a letter, we can call somebody, we can reach out through Facebook or Facebook messages, we can smile. My daughter, the one who doesn't like being hugged, who lives with me, was happy to hear that the grocery store where she worked was going to require them to wear masks because she felt safer behind a mask, and said, now I don't even have to smile. Well, I told her she was wrong. We can reach out to people even as simple as a smile. And I told her we can smile because they can see it in our eyes. May you see a smile today. May you get that kind of comfort from somewhere that we all need.